All right, there we go. I know Leah did this super cool. But I don't, okay, I don't know how.
Well, you're big.
I want to make the screen big, guys. It always like takes me a few seconds, and then it looks better when I upload it to YouTube.
Yes.
We'll see how this goes. Leah did it really cool the last time. Oh my gosh. I swear I've been doing this for years, and every time it takes me like 5 minutes to find the same buttons. I don't get it. If you guys have used Zoom before, there is a little chat box. So if you have any questions throughout, like please like type in the chat. Say hi to each other. If you guys can find the chat box, I would love to hear where you are listening from and what you're most excited to learn about tonight. Just so we can kind of get the conversation going. Like I was saying before, I like to kind of keep it laid back. I want you guys to start engaging with each other. Yay, see, we got the chat working. Shauna, on my way home from work. Hey girl, coming off a 12-hour shift. Whew. But yeah, feel free to use that. If you guys have any questions, I will scroll through the chat box at the end and we will get to them. We are going to go over a couple of like common misconceptions. So I hope that is helpful. But tonight is our WTF is coaching event. And first, we're going to start with sharing our stories. So Ashley, I'm going to let you go first, even though the pictures are like this, but I'm going to have you just roll and go with it and kind of share a little bit about you. What made you decide to join coaching and like what have you learned and gained since? So I'm gonna mute myself.
Bye, Brooke. All right, I am Ashley. I am actually one of Brooke's coaches. She was on me for 2 years, trying to get me to sign up with her. And I kept wanting to, but then I would put it off and I'd be like, oh, I don't have money, or I was pregnant for like seriously 2 years straight. And then finally, after my last birth, I'm like, okay, I can't have any more babies. I need to get back in shape and feel better about myself again. So I messaged Brooke. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. Let's go. And I decided I'm coaching. I felt that was going to make me the most accountable. So I did that. And then I also knew that if I did do coaching and I started making money, that it'd be paying for my products, which is amazing. So I jumped all in. Within my first or my second month, I actually hit Success Club, which means helping 3 people every month. And I have hit it every month except December. And with Success Club, I have earned trips. I actually earned a spot in the test group for Fire and Flow, which is our new program coming out in May. So I just got done with that. So I got to work really close with some of our super trainers, which was really freaking cool. I am a stay-at-home mom of 3 kids. I work on the weekends, super part-time at Quick Trip just to get out of the house for a little bit. But yeah, I wanted to start this mostly because I needed something for myself to make me feel good. And I was really sick of using my excuses as a reason to not take care of myself, and instead make this empower me and help me grow as a person and as a business owner. Yeah, that's my story. Brooke?
Gosh, there we go. Yeah, Ashley like is such a rock star because she just like dove all the way in. And I feel like I should have explained this a little more when we first started, but I'll tie it into my story on how like her and I had connected. So my name is Brooke and my team is Team Fit Fun and Free to Be. I'm obsessed with my team. But when I first started, and even before I started, I was really just looking to lose weight. I share a lot about my weight loss story on social media. It started actually in 2016 on Mother's Day, which oh my gosh, that's coming up on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years this Mother's Day. I have to use my fingers. Um, and my mom took a picture of me and my husband and my daughter. And I looked at the picture and guys, it like my stomach sank. I don't know if you've ever had that feeling where you just don't even recognize yourself. But I looked at this picture and I was like, what did I do? Like, how did I let myself get this far? A couple hours before that event, I actually had to go to Target to get some jeans because literally none of my jeans fit. My leggings were super tight. I was so uncomfortable in my body. I picked up a size 14, which was like my comfortable size. I was always like a 12, 14 through like high school and college. Um, so I went to go grab some size 16s and none of them fit. And then I went back out, grabbed a size 18 and was like, all right, between that and this picture, I need to freaking do something. I almost deleted all the pictures because I was so embarrassed, but I just had this little feeling inside. I was like, you know what? I'm going to hold on to these. So I created like a separate album with those pictures so I didn't have to look at it all the time because I'm like, I don't want to look at these, but I want them here because I'm going to change this. I took a bunch of before pictures. I went out and bought a scale, and that started my weight loss journey. I didn't start Beachbody at all until 2018. I actually bought a pack from my sister, got a bunch of these little containers and DVDs, looked at them and said, F this. I am not working out. I'm going to find something that's easier. I tried Weight Watchers, Plexus, Advocare, MyFitnessPal, going to the gym, so many other things and so many great things. I actually lost 30 pounds leading up to my wedding. Then I got pregnant with my second daughter and I put on 60 pounds. The day I gave birth to her, I was 240 pounds and I sat in the hospital and I just had this second light bulb moment where I was like, okay, if I'm going to lose the weight, I need to create a lifestyle that's going to sustain the weight loss. Like I cannot go back and forth and yo-yo between these programs and then fall off and just expect my results to stay. So, July of 2018, I made a post on social media about wanting to run a 5K because I literally am not a fitness person. I'm so lazy. I love to nap. I love sleeping for 12 hours. I'm a natural, like lazy. It's like I could sit by the beach all day and be happy. But I made a post about running a 5K because I knew I had to incorporate fitness into my life somehow. And I wasn't a fitness girl. One of my coworkers at the time had introduced me to my coach, whose name was Brooke as well. She had 2 kids. She was pregnant with her third. I just had my second. She was a teacher. I was a school social worker at the time, and we just really clicked. When she was telling me about these accountability groups that she ran for moms that were also working out and losing weight, I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds like this is up my alley. Like I can connect with these people. What is it? And she mentioned Beachbody, and I was like, ew, I am not doing that. Like my reaction was not very positive, but I just very politely said no. She never pushed me. She's like, okay, well, if you still want to stay in touch, like we totally can. And we did. And the next couple months, I watched her have her third baby. I watched her literally work out until the day she gave birth. I watched her at 6 weeks postpartum work out with 3 kids at her feet. I saw her posting about other girls in this group that she had that were getting results, that were working, that were moms. And I just started to add things up in my head. I was like, okay, I need to try this. This obviously is helping not just her, but other people. So there has to be some truth behind this stuff. So when was it? October 2018. I finally signed up, got set up with what was called a challenge pack at the time. Day 1 in her group on a Monday, I didn't do crap. I literally did nothing. I was like the worst. Didn't comment on anyone's posts in the group. I sat there like a fly in the wall and just watched. And as I was watching, I really just started to feel more and more blah about myself. And I became bitter and frustrated. I was at a job that I wasn't really fulfilled in. And my sister sent me a podcast from Rachel Hollis. I don't know. Are there any like Rachel Hollis fans in here or people that have like read her books or listened to any of her podcasts? I think I read like half of one, but I never finished. But this podcast changed my life. And she talked about, if you want to run, like one of her goals was to run a marathon. And she became really, really good friends with this dude that had run like 5 marathons. And the whole moral of the story was, if you want something and if you want to achieve something, become close with people that have already achieved that and learn from them. So that was like, okay, like obviously like this Brooke is doing something that I want. The coaching I was intrigued by, the fitness I was intrigued by. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it my all and do this. So December of 2018, I did my first workout after buying Energize because again, I thought it was a load of crap. I was like, no, you're just trying to get money from me. I'm not buying this product. But I saw everyone drinking it and was like, all right, I'll give it a shot if this is going to help me get up in the morning. And literally, I got up at 4:30 a.m. after not sleeping. I had a 9-month-old at the time and a 5-year-old. I think she had just turned 5. I had a 40-minute commute to work. And I was like, after my first workout, like so excited. I like busted into the doors into a training and I'm like sitting down smiling. And all of my coworkers were like, WTF, this is not you. Like, why? Why are you so happy to be at work at 7:45 in the morning? And I was like, I don't know. I just drank this stuff and I did this workout and I feel so good. And literally from that moment on, I became addicted to that feeling of just getting up in the morning and getting that endorphin rush and drinking my liquid gold that I probably buy 3 boxes a month because I'm terrified of running out. So that's what started my whole journey. It really was just for myself and my accountability. And the coaching piece came in shortly after that when my coach was hosting an event kind of like this. And she's like, you should totally join. Like, I think you'd be interested in this. I think you'd do great at it. And I was like, oh, it felt kind of nice to be noticed. Like she thought that I would do a good job. So I listened. I heard one of my coach friends now, Dana, and her just talk about being home and doing this from home and being able to experience life with their kids while also bringing in an income and traveling and doing all these things that I had longed to do because I had like 2 personal days a year at my job. I felt so restricted. I always thought working in the schools would give me all of this freedom because of summers off, which was great. But also, like during the school year, I felt like you were locked in. It was like, there's a wedding, you're not going. You got 2 personal days. Oh, there's a baby shower. Like, nope, you got to stay here. If it's not in the summer, you're not going. And I hated that feeling of being restricted. So I signed up that month. I was terrified right after. I looked at my husband and was like, I think I could do this coaching thing. Like they're sharing on social media. They're talking about like, I'm already doing the workouts and stuff and I think it would pay for my shakes, which like I didn't really want to pay for every month. But I was on the fence. I was like, I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm scared. I feel like I'm going to throw up. And he looked at me and he's like, well, if you're going to do it, just do it. Don't tiptoe in it. And that started everything. January, I went full force coaching, haven't took my foot off the pedal since. Our team currently is number 82 in the network out of 450,000 coaches and teams, which like blows my mother freaking mind that it went from just me wanting to lose weight and get in shape to me leaving my full-time career as a social worker. And I can honestly say I'm at the point now where I really don't ever have to go back if I don't want to. Like if I make the choice to go back, it's probably because I want a lunch break. Because when you're a stay-at-home mom, you don't really get lunch breaks with these kids. Like they're all over the place. If anyone stays home, like you feel me? Like sometimes I'm like, can I just pee alone? Like I miss that part of working, but I really don't have to, which feels so good. And every time that I'm able to come down and just show up and do things like this, like I said, I just keep talking and talking and talking and it just keeps going. So that's my story. And here we are. We're going to talk about what this could look like for you to sign me up for the lunch break, right? Girl, you probably don't get that being a labor and delivery nurse. Oh man, that field is unpredictable. Okay, so Ashley, I'm going to let you take over. We're going to break this down into 4 pieces. Ashley's going to do the first 2 parts of our job. I'm going to do the third crucial piece, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about our compensation plan. And then we're going to dive into next steps. So Ashley, I am going to unmute you and let you fly.
All right. So for the number one thing, and I personally think this is like one of the most important things, your job is your journey. So how, as a coach, do you get people to look at you and want to join your team? Number one, You have to share your personal development, and you need to take that as your number one. Like, before any of the coaching aspects, you need to take care of your personal development first. Your fitness. With coaching, being able to share our workouts and get people excited for their fitness journey, and showing, like, with having 3 kids, having these kids crawling on me, like, it is so doable. So being able to share that with people and them seeing that everything is possible, you can still do this, you can make this a business just by sharing your story when it comes to your fitness. And then with products, use the products, share them. Sorry, now you got me distracted because I want to read this now.
I'll stop.
Yes, take care. I'm like you. What's that? Okay, so the products, using the products. When I first started, I was kind of like, I can do this without the products, but now actually using them, and if I like skip my days, I'm like, crap, I need that. I literally probably would never get up and do my workouts if I didn't have Energize. Like, I'm serious. The shakes, I mean, they literally give you everything you need in 1 day supply of food. Like, everything your body craves are in our shakes. Like, it's amazing. And I have used almost every single product so far, and I have loved every single one of them. Like Brooke was saying, energizes life for sure. I just started recovery, but being a product of the product, that's big when it comes to the business side of it, is showing that they really do fit into your life, and that they're a huge part. Like, you kind of need them. Like, I do need them, because I don't get everything I need from what I'm eating in 1 day. And even, like, going back to Energize again, I wouldn't be able to work out as hard as I do, or even probably had the motivation without that. All right. You want to go to the next one? Okay, social media. So this is the biggest way I built my business so fast. Sharing your story on social media. So I do the same as Brooke. I do have a weight loss story. I started because I needed to lose weight. The scariest thing I did, and I even messaged Brooke about this, is like, I don't want to post belly pictures because I don't want people to see how gross I look and blah, 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 blah. And she's like, just do it. Just do it. I was like, fine, I'll do it because you told me to. And I did it. And all of the interaction from people and people cheering me on was incredible. I thought it'd be like total opposite, where people are like, oh my God, that's gross, and like saying shit about me. Like, that's what I was telling myself in my head. But instead, everybody was like really interested, cheering me on. I got them engaged in my comments or my post by doing this. And every day I have been showing up consistently since the day Brooke said, post that damn picture. You need to share it. And every day I'm sharing some kind of story about my day. And even in the stories, like on Facebook, if you do follow me, you will see that I'm constantly sharing something about my day, even if it's not related to Beachbody, because that's not my entire life. I do have a life outside of it. So sharing that and letting people see that you are an actual human being, and you're not just some robot sitting here saying, buy from me, buy from me. That's not what this is about. Like, my intentions are to help people get results they want and to feel amazing about themselves. My stories and posting should not feel salesy and pushy. It just needs to be you. Build relationships. That's another thing. It's kind of tying into what I'm saying is, build those relationships with people. If they're commenting on your post, engage with them, thank them, message them. Like, hey, thank you so much for liking my post. I really appreciate it. I know it only takes a second to like my post. If you want to learn more about what I'm doing, let me know. If not, that's fine. Just that's more like of an inviting, but just thanking them and being sincere. And even if you don't want to just like straight out start shooting that kind of stuff at them, ask them, how's your kids? Go comment on their post, go like their photos, or even just straight up have a conversation with them, even if it doesn't have to involve this. I mean, just building relationships with people and figuring out what they want in life so that you can help them. Invite to join. I kind of just said that one. When people do like my post, I will go out and thank them because it really does mean a lot to me, because this is a huge like jump for me to be vulnerable and posting stuff about my life. My pictures that I still sometimes get a little uncomfortable with. I mean, the girls that are on here that are on our team, they know it just took me 5 extra days to post my fire and flow pictures because I was a little self-conscious about them and I didn't post them, and I finally did. So, inviting people, building those relationships, and them like watching you is going to make you feel better. And have fun. I think that is the biggest part of all of this. And we just had a lot of fun this weekend. Everyone who's on here knows we might have had a little bit too much fun, honestly. But that's like the biggest thing that I have loved so far about all of this is not only, building relationships with people, helping people, but building relationships with our team. Like, Brooke has an amazing team here. Like, for real. We are all super close, I feel like, without even like knowing each other that well yet. I feel like when I met everybody this weekend, I felt like I already knew them. Like, we really stick together. And we know how to have a good time. Sorry, I don't want to make you cry again. It's going to be okay.
It's gonna be okay.
Stop crying, Brooke.
Oh my gosh, that was so good. I just added, I hope it's okay, a couple, like,
Yes.
because I know social media can be a really hard one. The first part, your job is your journey. I say that with anyone with any company. I have a lot of people that come to me now, they're like, I want to build a business. I'm like, great, you need to like the programs and products. I don't care what company you choose, but you need to have a belief. If you're going to partner with a company, especially network marketing, you want to have a solid belief and love for the programs and products. I have a lot of people that reach out to me that are like, oh my gosh, you're doing really well. You could sell this or do this. And I always respond with a thank you. Like, I appreciate that. But my heart and soul is with these programs and products because it transformed my life. And I always recommend, if you are looking for a company to partner with, look for that first. Find that first, because then the rest is going to come so naturally. And that's where I see the best coaches are. Now, that doesn't mean you can't start coaching right away. You can do both at the same time in tandem, but know that that solid foundation is huge. It's going to be the difference maker, because it's going to be really hard to sell. Like, have you guys ever had like the people that come to you that sell those knife kits, the knives? Like I could probably do it, like, if I was like making good money, but like I'm not going to be as passionate about the knives unless they like radically change my life and my cooking as this. Um the other thing is, as far as social media, I get this, and I know we both hear this a lot. First off, you do not have to post pictures without your shirt on. I was just really mean to Ashley because she had such an amazing transformation. And I was like, girl, you got to share that, because I know that people want to see that things work. And especially being in the health and wellness field, that's what a lot of people are working for. They're looking for those health transformations. That doesn't mean you have to have a huge weight loss story. That's another thing that I get, because my story is I had a major weight loss story, 100 pounds. Ashley has a pretty major weight loss story. Like, you don't have to have a major weight loss story to be a successful coach. And actually, a lot of coaches that are super successful, my coach, Brooke Anderson, and her coach, Megan Ewaldson, for example, never had more than a few pounds to lose. And they are like uber duper successful. So I don't want you guys to think like, oh, like I don't really have a weight loss journey. Or the second part, I don't have a story. If I had a penny for anyone, every time someone said they don't have a story, I'd probably be rich, because I hear it all the time. Well, I don't have a story, because we think that our stories need to be this like rags to riches. Like, I went from hating my job and building this 6-figure empire and traveling the world. And no, that is not, honestly, those stories are great and they reel people in, but they're almost unrelatable. You think about the average mom and the average woman that is just trying to find herself after having a baby. Like, those people are going to be easier to find and relate to than the people that have this drastic transformation. So, yes, like I have been sharing my story consistently for 3 years on my social media. I've been sharing my transformation for 3 years. And a lot of people will come in and look at that and be like, I don't have that. And you don't have to. That is something that we will help you pull out when you start coaching, is learning how to find your story and find your voice so you can connect and serve your people that you want to serve on your team and in your groups. Um, and I think that I love this quote. This actually came from another coach, because I feel like social media, especially like Facebook, Instagram can be a little bit different. I use both, but most people that aren't in network marketing that utilize social media are either consumers, where you're just on and you're consuming and you're scrolling and you're taking in the information, or maybe you're watching the TikToks and 1 to 2 hours go by because you go down a TikTok hole. Or we are using our social media platforms to share with family. We're sharing pictures of our kids, our Easter photos, the bright achievements that we have in our life, the job promotion, the wedding, the engagement, the new baby. But we're making a transition with coaching from using that and sharing our story in order to provide value to other people. So there's a point in it too. We're going from being selfish, and I use that lightly because it doesn't feel good to be called selfish, but my friend Caitlin said, I was pretty selfish when I used my social media. It was only to just share about good things in my life, where now when I am posting to inspire, to help another woman, and to provide value. So it's going from this selfish kind of like using your social media to just show your life, to selfless, where you're using your social media as your storefront to help change somebody else's life. So the next part of this, part of our job. So the first part, your job is your journey. So you want to love the programs and the products. That's the first thing that we do as a coach, is we get you set up on that. A lot of people come in just for the health programs and products and then transition into coaching. And it's such a natural transition because they've seen some sort of results, and it's changed their life in one way or another, whether it's the community, the groups, or the actual like programs or product itself. It's different for everybody. But we have that part, we have the social media. And then the third part is when you start getting people in, you're getting people signed up, you're starting to coach. Your job is to get them results. We are not here to sign up a bunch of people and leave them hanging high and dry. Like, that is just that. It's not going to fly on this team ever. When people sign up with you, you are there to coach them and support them. And the cool thing about this is it can look different for everyone. So on our team, if you sign up with any of the coaches on our team, especially as a brand new coach, you're allowed to use my groups that I've created. You're allowed to use your coaches groups. You can create your own groups. We have a bod group platform, which is really awesome for tracking like your shakes, your meals, your workouts, and it's super simple. I know a lot of us have Facebook groups. I have a big Facebook group called my Free to Be Fit Club. I actually have a text chat going on right now that I know some of you are in. I haven't done this before, but it's actually been really cool where for 2 weeks, I'm just texting my new girls that have signed up every morning just for extra accountability. I'm going to be giving them little tasks. So if you're on here, like that hasn't come up yet, but just like little tasks, like explore, body, try a body workout, or, look at the nutrition, fixate cooking show and find a meal that you want to cook this week. So you could do that too. It could be as simple as you get your sister and best friend signed up, you're putting them in a text chat and you're texting each other for accountability every day. One-on-one coaching that can be through email, through messenger, through texting, just really giving people support, helping them find a program that fits their needs. The mom that used to be into CrossFit is going to probably want a program that is a little bit more intense than the mom that just had a baby and was just cleared to work out at 8 weeks postpartum. And we have programs for both of them. So it takes a little like playing around and getting to know what we have. And the cool thing is, too, when you join our team, you're going to be plugged into our big group chat and our team page. So you can ask questions whenever. And I actually always tell my coaches when they ask me questions like one-on-one, I'm like, can you please ask that in the chat? Because I'm sure if you have a question, someone else has the same question, and then we can all learn together. That's really helped build our community as well. And then it makes this part a lot easier in really just supporting our people that are getting signed up with us. Okay. Now let's make that money. I mean, I'm not going to lie. This was my favorite part. Like, making the money, right? Like if you're going to be putting in all this work, we want to make sure that you have a little bit of an understanding of the compensation plan. This is going to be super brief. Like we will, if you decide that this is something for you, there are more compensation plan trainings that we can go through. And actually at the end, we're going to talk a little bit about the little surprise offer we have for people that do join our team today, for you guys to kind of get a better handle and grip on this. But I wanted to break it down for you so you have the details. Now, we do get 25% commission. So you can have people like energize. I have a link. So if people are like, what is that yellow stuff that you drink that you're obsessed with? Like I can just shoot them a link. They can purchase it and you get 25% commission. So it's like a lot of network marketing companies where you can just shoot someone a link, they buy from you, and then you make that money, which is so great. And when I first started, that's where a bulk of my income came from. But the next one, I'm going to be real freaking honest with you guys, because my thing when I started coaching is I want someone to be real with me and honest. I don't want someone to BS me. So I'm going to tell you, the team cycle bonus part of our plan is where I make a majority of my money. It's a majority of where the coaches that talk about having those higher paychecks are making their income. And that comes from building a team. I know, gasp. Took me years. I was like, this is a pyramid scheme. Well, it's not a pyramid scheme. Those actually are illegal and they get shut down. And that's when there are no goods and services that are being traded. And a pyramid scheme would be someone at the top, people below them, and then the people below them can never surpass the person at the top, which that isn't true. If you have to actively work this business, and our company has actually worked really closely with the federal, I don't remember what the agency is, but when I was in Vegas for a conference, they had our lawyer come in and they gave us this huge presentation about the federal network marketing regulations. Like Beachbody is like one of the companies that is like at the table on the forefront, making sure that we are always in compliance with network marketing rules, because there are some other companies, some newer, some older, that have gotten in trouble before, that have broken some rules, and they are always making sure that we have the most up-to-date information so that we are always in compliance. One of the biggest things that you'll see in a lot of my posts and what I teach my girls is that we have to do is when we talk about income, there needs to be an income disclaimer. So income disclaimer, Team Beachbody does not guarantee any level of income or success. It is all dependent on each coach's diligence, skill, and effort. I've memorized it at this point, but I'm so thankful that we have that, because sometimes there are some companies that'll put out there like, oh, I made $4,000 this month. You want to know how? That's great, but sometimes you don't get that big picture of what went into that. And I'm never going to BS you guys. I'm never going to say like, oh, I made this and here I am today. No, I busted my ass to get here. Sorry if your kids are up. I did. It's been 3 years of work. And this comes from the team cycle bonus and building a team and mentoring a team and really helping women help women and then helping them help women and then just keep passing on the love. So who in the world is calling me? Oh, it's my dad's girlfriend. Okay, I'll get back to her. But this is a little like picture of our organization. I don't know. Can you guys see this or is it just me? Maybe I need to stop sharing for a hot second. Hi, there we are. Okay, so there's your upline at the top. Yes, your upline is above you, but I'm going to show you how this works because this little guy down here is going to come into play. So when you sign up, you are your own CEO. Yes, you have an upline. Yes, they are there to be your resource. And lucky for you guys, when you join this team, you are joining a team, a very active team that has an upline and has a load of resources that they're going to help you. So you're not just joining some random team and random person that's going to leave you high and dry to figure this crap out. So, but you are ultimately your own CEO. You're in control of your business. And I will say that over and over and over again. And it's going to be awesome. So when we are in a binary system. So that means we have a left leg and a right leg. So when you get your first 2 people signed up as a brand new coach, you get like your spouse wants to join you and do a program with you. And then maybe your sister, it's usually people that are close to you, but we could talk to you about that a little bit more on how to get those first 2 people signed up. You will be at this point with you plus 2, an active Emerald coach. And when you are an Emerald coach, you have now opened up the second half of our compensation plan, which includes the team cycle bonus. You also get customer leads from the company. So they basically just send you people that sign up for Beachbody on Demand on their own. And you're able to reach out to them and be like, hey, I saw you purchased, like I'm your coach. I'd love to be able to support you in my groups or help you find a program. Super cool. I've actually had a lot of amazing people that I've met through the customer lead program that we have. So not going to get super duper duper big into this, but basically this is where when your team below you starts producing volume, you can team cycle bonus. So let's say your spouse orders Shakeology, which is 100 volume. I think it's actually 90, but for number's sake, we're going to say 100. And then your sister buys 2 bags of Shakeology for her and her husband, which is 200. So when you have 100 volume on your left, one leg, doesn't matter which one, but we'll say this leg has 100, this one has 200. That is a $14 team cycle bonus as an Emerald coach. That goes up when you hit our rank of Diamond. It goes to $18. And then we have a rank Ruby, which is $16. When I heard that, I was like, what the heck is that going to do for me? Like, that's not a lot of money. But this is where that can compound if you are joining this and you begin to grow a team. And I will say, our team right now is currently ranked number 82 because our new coaches are climbing and building their teams faster than ever before. They are adding people. They are growing so quickly. They're signing people up every month. They are starting to grow their teams. And like, we have so many girls that are about to pop Diamond, like real freaking soon. And it seems like it's so intimidating as a new coach, but it's really not that complicated. And it's something that when you decide to sign up, we are going to dig into more. And I can't wait to tell you guys about that because we're going to do a special little call this week for people that sign up. Oh, but I forgot the most important part right here. So we got this coach right here, right? And I put a little dotted line because that's not your coach. So when you join our team, you actually have an upline that is building too, and they can build below you and you can accumulate volume. It usually ends up being on like one of your legs. You'll accumulate volume from the coaches that your coaches place in their genealogy. So while you're helping your coach with their volume, they are also helping you build your volume underneath too. So like right now, since I am on a team with my coach who is like super freaking active, I have all of this volume on one of my legs that now that my team is growing, I am team cycle bonusing constantly. Like every single day, that number goes up and up and up and up until the week closes. And then the next week it goes up and up and up. But again, income disclaimer, it's going to look different for everybody. But I just want you guys to kind of see this layout so you understand that yes, while you're building underneath your coach is helping you build as well. They aren't considered a part of your team, but you get their volume. So that's the little The fun little kicker. I know I like to talk about the money, but sometimes it can be overwhelming. We are almost done. I'm going to go back to sharing my screen. Oh, there's my little vision board. Okay. So what's next? If you guys watch this today and you're like, coaching doesn't sound like it's for me, I'm not all about that, but I want to do the fitness programs. Like I kind of want to get in these groups and just get a feel for it. You can start off as a customer. That's okay. Me and Ashley and any of the girls on my team, no one is going to force anyone into anything. So you definitely have that option. The second option is you can join as a preferred customer if you'd like. So that's just like one step up from customer. I actually get almost all of my people signed up this way because you get 25% off. It's free to sign up as a preferred customer with a total solution pack, and it's free to cancel versus going to upgrade for $15.95, which is like stupid. It just makes sense to like do it, not pay the $15.95 and then cancel it for free before 30 days. Or your last option is join our awesome growing, thriving team as a coach. This, I swear, like Ashley said earlier, this is the ultimate accountability. And it was for me too. Like a part of my story is I wanted to never lose my results. So I was like, okay, if I'm putting it out there to the world on social media, people are going to be watching me. Like, I don't want to not follow through if people are going to be watching me. So it is the ultimate accountability. It's the most fun. You're opening the doors to our team community, to our groups. You're able to start building and earning some money back. So you're earning money back on your investment. And that is something, if you guys choose to sign up with our team by tomorrow, so the next 24 hours, we're doing a bonus coaching Zoom call. And I've never done this before, but we're going to do a nitty gritty, like how to earn your first paycheck in 24 hours. Because I think this is super important. I hate and I feel awful like when people sign up, they want to coach and then they don't do anything. And that's nobody's fault. Sometimes fear gets in the way, sometimes life gets in the way. But if you guys are joining, like I want you to make your investment back as quick as possible. And once I made that flip in my business, I just feel like it's been so awesome to like watch my other girls earn and watch my other girls get their products paid for. And then even more so when they're like, oh shoot, like I can go get a manicure this week. Like I wouldn't have had this before. So this Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. for all of our brand new coaches that sign up with us, we're going to do a deeper dive into your first steps as a new coach. And we're going to talk all about that to help you get your first paycheck in 24 hours. Now, again, insert income disclaimer, and we'll say that over and over again. We cannot guarantee anything. But after doing this for 3 years and seeing women like Ashley just like show up right off the gate and kick ass, like I feel like we've got a pretty good handle on how to do this and how to do this quickly. So in order to do that, you need to contact the coach that invited you tonight. Tell them which option you are interested in, whether you want to sign up as a customer, a preferred customer, or a coach. Highly, highly recommend the coach option. Thing is, guys, you never know unless you try. If you're here tonight, you're curious about something, fear is so common. I almost threw up when I signed up as a coach. I'm like, what the F am I doing? I could have let that take over me. And thank God my husband was sitting there right next to me and was like, what is there to lose? Just do it. And I was like, oh yeah, well, what is there to lose? I maybe would have signed up and signed up nobody. And I learned that this wasn't for me. Or the alternative, like I'd like to say, instead of thinking about what do I have to lose, think about what can this bring for your life? Like just think about what the possibilities can be for your family, for your finances, for your freaking health and wellness. Like, man, you could come out being in the best freaking shape of your life. Like, how amazing is that? There are so many good things that can come from this that I always say, if you're here and you just feel this little whisper, this little maybe, I think I could do that. I'm super curious. Like, it is so much better to go in, work at it, give it a shot, and see what happens, and take that stepping stone into figuring out what your purpose is and where you're supposed to be in life. And I'm sure freaking glad that I did, because I literally can't even like start to think about where I would be today if I never said yes. Like my life, I don't even know if I'd have my third baby. Like, let's be real. Like life would be so radically different. Like my life is what it is now because of this opportunity. So tell your coach what you're interested in with your email address. Your coach will be in touch with you. And then if you do decide to sign up, our team's going to come together and then we're going to put together this call Wednesday night for you guys because we are going to talk about the next steps on how to start earning. It's my favorite part. All right. Any questions? Is Wednesday night going to be recorded, Cassandra? If I do record it, I'm only going to give it to coaches on my team. I won't make it public. So yes, I've learned how to do that now on YouTube where I can have like a private channel for just our team. So this will be public and we can share this with anyone. But that call, I am going to have it just be for our peeps. So I think that was a good question. Thank you for asking. Because I know sometimes with times and life and events and stuff, it can be hard. But are there any other questions? Or Ashley? Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Totally go. You're already signed up on our team. So we got you. Anyone else? You can put it in the chat if you want, or you can unmute yourself too. How did you both get over the fear of filming and sharing? Ashley, you want to take that one?
I just did it. I thought I was gonna vomit when I did it, but I did it, and like I said, the reaction of people, all the positive support and everything made me not be afraid to do it anymore. People were super excited to watch me and they wanted to see it after posting the first couple times, and now I don't even care. I post videos of myself falling on my face now when I'm trying to work out. So just be yourself and people will love you.
Yes, yes. And the right people too.
Yes.
Because I feel like I doing this for a while now. Man, like negative comments, any negative
I've
comments.
only had one, and that's what the block button's for.
Yeah. Yes. I can honestly say, very, very honestly, it has not happened that much. I mean, out of the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of positives conversations that I've had, the negative ones, I can maybe count on both hands. And that's 3 years of like every day. Like maybe I don't even know if I can do 10. Like it might just be like 5 and I would really have to dig to find.
Yeah, my one person was a boy that like bullied me since middle school. So I'm just like, block, don't care about you no more.
Yeah.
So I had no other negative comments ever.
Yeah. And I think the cool thing about that too is like having our coach community is like when that does happen, we have each other to lean on. So like, I can just like reach out to them and I usually send like a screenshot. I'm like, but like flat out mean negative.
Yes,
Maybe two incidents I can really think of. But yeah, blocking, leaning into the team and just being like, this is what happened. Like we are here to lift you up.
Just like Nikki said, your confidence will start to soar.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes. Confidence does not come from, no, confidence comes from action. You cannot build confidence with inaction. If anything, not taking action builds up anxiety. Like if you think about it, even like me cleaning my stupid house is like, the more I sit and not do it, the more anxious I am versus taking the 20 minutes to do it. It kind of sucks to like do it, but then once you're done, you're like, and I think that's the same thing with coaching. It's like the longer you wait on posting or having conversations or trying, the more the anxiety is going to build up. It's so much better to just like do it, post, put your phone down, be like, text your coach in your group and be like, all right, I just did it. Let us all love on you. And then you're like, oh, that wasn't that bad. Yeah.
You did that to me today.
Did I?
She was in the gym by herself and I'm sitting on the couch still dying from this weekend. And she says, come work out with me. Instead of working out, I sat down, got on the couch. So you just have to do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. Those are good. Those are amazing questions. Thank you. Because I know like most people are thinking that, or if they're watching this back and they're watching the recording, we've got our inner dialogue going on and it's different. Like change is hard and change is different, and making a shift from like only sharing about your kids to like sharing your health journey. Like, it's like, what are people going to say? And so they're 1 to 10. I feel like every 9 person is positive, maybe 1. It's probably even less. And it's probably like 1 in like 50. I feel like so many people are more loving and positive than we think. And social media 101. There's a couple calls on that. We could talk about that. I think I have a social media 101 from recently on YouTube.
You said you feel so awkward. That goes away. It really does. I still have a couple days where I'm like, I feel like I just posted this. I don't want to post it again, but I still do it. And then sometimes I get more interaction from that post. You just kind of get used to it. Mm-hmm. It's just natural.
Yeah. I heard another coach talk about this too. They're like, you think of any new job you've ever started in your life, like you were new at some point, you walked in and knew nothing. And then eventually she's like, it's the same thing. It's like, it's kind of like a new job where you walk in and it feels weird when you're like, you don't have that confidence built up. And you just start showing up every day and you start doing it and it comes. And then it's freeing too. Once you feel like you can finally like put your voice out there and like finally start not giving a damn about what people think.
I think I was telling you guys this weekend, like my first time I did one of Shaun T's workouts, I'm doing the dance and Josh looks at the screen and sees what Shaun T's doing. And then he looks at me, he's like, is that what you're trying to do? So yeah, I feel that. My husband called me out on it.
Okay. But that's like real life too. I'm sorry. Like, I love like the pretty, I think I made a reel just recently because there was a workout I did, I hated. And I used to do this a lot and I need to start doing it again. I can make the ugliest faces. I think I've done like a vote and pick the best ugly face I made during a workout. And people were like, oh my God, this is hilarious. Cause there's so much like the Pinterest house and the Pinterest wedding. Like that's all great. Like I'm so happy for you too. But like real life is making ugly faces when you work out. Like that's real life. That's what.
Or recording yourself falling.
Or that.
I posted that one where I was falling. I literally fell with the band on me.
Yeah.
Not on purpose.
Yes. That's why having fun is one of the rules. You have to like, oh my gosh, we can't take ourselves too seriously.
No, you can't.
Ever. Oh, this is so fun. A lot of inappropriate language. Oh my gosh, so much. I need to be careful because I know there's little ones, but
we're swearing.
It's just me. It's sorry. It is what it is. When I found out my coach doesn't swear, I was like, oh shit.
Oh yes. thought you meant we were. I'm like, we're really swearing that much? Wow, I'm immune to it. You meant while working out. Yes, I do that.
Oh, well, thank you guys so much for coming out. Thank you for engaging. You're a potty mouth. I love it. We got to talk more.
Welcome.
Those are about people. The ones that love Jesus but curse a bit. Yes.
Yes.
All right, ladies. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Reach out to the person that invited you tonight. I am going to upload this recording, so if anyone didn't make it, they can watch it back. Remember to get into that Wednesday night call on how to make your first paycheck in 24 hours. You need to sign up before tomorrow so we can get you into our coach chat pod, and so we can get that link sent out for you, and so we can help you guys get some momentum like right away and have a ton of fun. So thanks for coming.
Thank you.